Here it is, the genus Lachenalia, coming from the Cape in South Africa. So it's uncommon genus in culture, but a really attractive one for its leaves mostly. Like here you have many kinds of different leaves, like pustulate leaves like here, or I can show you a different one. You have also spotted leaves like orchids like. All of these plants are in the same genus, so it's just different species, and it is a really interesting genus for its flowers. So you have many different kind of colors in this genus, like here Lachenalia viridiflora, coming from the Cape, which have perfect blue flowers, and another one Lachenalia quadricolor, named after the four colors of its flowers. Hello, here we have some nice Lachenalia in flowers. Here is Lachenalia carnosa, and tiny species with nice bright flowers. So it normally smell bad, but here it is not. But the flowers are especially nice. I have two other pots to show you, which are Lachenalia aloides. It's really a strange species because both are the same species, Lachenalia aloides, but they didn't look the same. It's just different forms of the species. You see, they don't have the same leaves, and more, they don't have the same flower colors, but this one is at the beginning and this one is almost at the end of flowering time. So they don't flower the same exactly at the same time, but those are the same species coming from the same region of the Cape. Hey, here we have the genus Romulea, coming from South Africa, especially from the Cape region. We have today with the sun many flowers opening. So first of all, I'm gonna show you Romulea pudica, a very bright red nice species with big flowers. This one is coming mostly from the Karoo region in South Africa. Another one, much more tiny, is Romulea tetragona var flavandra. It's a nice species with but few pinkish flowers. Really nice one, Romulea luteiflora, coming from the Hermanus region in south of Cape. I don't know, but this species is easy to grow and almost never used in gardens. It's strange, but it's so. Another species with seems to to Romulea luteiflora is Romulea diversiformis, a really nice one. Then Romulea tetragona, a very tiny species coming from the Cape too. Tiny flowers and a tiny species. And here we have Romulea irta, which is nice, and more, it really supports wet conditions in culture and in nature too. It's coming from the Karoo, but it's especially easy in culture and floriferous. It makes a lot of flowers each season. Here Romulea biflora, nice one with pinkish flowers. It's just a great color. And then some of the best, Romulea combsbergensis, coming from region of Karoo named Combsberg, which is the place it was described. It's really nice flowers, and this one is never used in gardens, and I don't know why. It's really a easy species with bright flowers and reproducing well. Hey, I want you to discover this flower coming from the Cape in South Africa. It's Romulea sabulosa, maybe one of the brightest in its genus. with its bright red flowers and silky reflects. This is one of the easiest in culture in the genus, so you have to try it. Romulea comesbergensis, one of the nicest in its genus for its bright pink flowers that can be a little bit bigger. It's easy in cultivation and more, it can be divided almost every year. Romulea diversiformis, I'd like to show you this for its easy cultivation. It's really support high humidity in the air and more in the soil, and for its bright yellow flowers. I'd like to give a word about the genus Crocuses. We have a lot in Chateau Pérou's botanical garden. So here it's just the beginning of the flowering season for the genus Crocuses. I can show you this one called Crocus korolkovi, coming from Turkey, Iran and so on. It's really nice flower, and I just newly described its species coming from Iran too, if I'm remembering well. So here it is Crocus bowlesianus, named after Mr. Bowles. It's a really nice species, and sometimes having black anthers. This is really interesting in the genus Crocus. The color too is really graceful. There are many different kind of crocuses, but it's always small plants that make a great effect in mass flowering. Geophytes corrugata, one of the most impressive in its genus for its twisted glaucous leaves and the bright shiny yellow flowers. It's coming from the Karoo in South Africa. It's not one of the easiest in culture, but it's not impossible. Babiana vanziliae, coming from a few locations in South Africa. Here it's a statement in the collection for the bright yellow flowers and the rapidity of it reproduce each year. So we have now 2 pots of it. Lachenalia oreogena, small stature plant but with really striking flowers. It's easy in culture here. It's one of the easiest in the genus, I think. Hey, here is Narcissus moscatus. It's not very well known in cultivation. I don't know why, because it's really nice flowers, I think, and it's really easy here in culture, in humus rich soils, in half shade. Iris auceri in the Juno irises group. It's coming from Central Asia. It's one of the easiest species, and I'd like to call them corn iris because of the leaf stature.